Hey everybody, just wanted to give you guys a quick look at a big lot that I purchased. Actually, it was multiple lots from the same seller and just got combined shipping on all of this. So got some 97 Flair Showcase football, some 97 Flair Showcase baseball, got some row 2 and some row 1. And he had some Wave of the Future inserts in there too. And some 98 EX 2001 baseball. Same seller also had a big lot of Topps Finest cards from a lot of different years, from NBA stuff, which I really wanted, but got outbid on that one. But yeah, it's just kind of an aerial view of what I got. Let me take a seat and let's look through some of these. Let's start with some of these Flair Showcase baseball cards. These are all from 1997, which was the first year of Flair Showcase. Absolutely love these cards. A lot of you know I've been working on the NBA set from that year. And I've considered doing the baseball set from that year too, but I never really had enough cards from the set to seriously consider it. So I guess we'll see how many different ones I have in this lot here. Although I probably shouldn't even consider doing another set right now, but might not be able to resist. Let me skip through a few of the nobodies in the lot here. Although something kind of interesting that the seller did was in the descriptions to these lots, he wrote that there were no star players in the lots. But I could see from the photos, and as you see here, there were definitely star players in here. Billy Wagner, really great closer for a long time. Here's another star player, Craig Biggio, Hall of Famer. So not quite sure why the seller wrote that in the descriptions. You do have some guys like this who were not star players. Kevin Ory. And I guess that's why some people don't like getting lots like this, because they don't want to end up with a bunch of cards of guys like that or guys like this, Bubba Trammell. But as I've always said, this is one of my favorite things to do in the hobby. Just look through big lots like this and see what I can find. Another star player there, Juan Gonzalez. Two-time MVP. So again, kind of weird that the seller wrote that there were no stars in here. Maybe he only considers guys like Griffey and Bonds and Frank Thomas to be star players, but to me, all these guys were star players back then. Johnny Damon, Ron Gant, remember watching all these guys, all really good players. Joe Carter, Tim Salmon, they call him Kingfish. Barry Larkin, another Hall of Famer right there. Melvin Nieves, he wasn't that great, but that can go with my Puerto Rican PC. He was kind of a DH type, played for like a handful of years. Nice Gary Sheffield. And all these that I'm showing, these are row 2. This lot had row 2 and row 1 in it. And this set had row 2, row 1, and row 0. And then in 98, they added row 3. So I'll just show a few more of the row 2 ones because I don't want this to go too long. Ken Caminiti, I believe I mentioned before, I liked him during those Padres years. There you got a young Jermaine Dye. Big Mo. Really liked Mo Vaughn back then before I knew that I was supposed to hate the Red Sox. He just had a very intimidating batting stance, had a big uppercut swing. Really fun hitter to watch during that time. You got Chuck Knobloch before he came over to the Yankees. And for a lot of these, I like to show the back too because some of the backs have some pretty cool photos. Andy Pettit. So again, I want to skip through some of these row 2 ones, but keep finding some cool ones. Here you got Joey Bell, aka Albert. Another nice one here, Bernie Williams. So let me end the row 2 ones here and let's look through some of the row 1 cards. So for row one, it was the same checklist. It was just a slightly different design. So here's the row one Kenny Lofton. Here was the row two Kenny Lofton. I think I like the row one a bit better. And the backs were exactly the same. So let's look through a few more of these row one cards. Here you got Brady Anderson. At first glance, it seems like there's a pretty good variety of players in this lot, so might have a shot at getting a decent percentage of the checklist done here. Another Billy Wagner, shout out to Den1013. Shout out to Zombie Collector. Nice Hideo Nomo. So again, a lot of these guys just good players from that era. Another Juan Gon. Yeah, I definitely like the row one better. And again, don't have any of the row 0 ones here, which if you guys have seen them, had kind of like the sparkly design to them. Sweet Tony Gwynn there. As I've mentioned a few times, I used to PC Tony Gwynn during that era. There you got Big Mo again. Another Pettit. For some of these, I also have some doubles, which is pretty cool. Because if I do end up doing this set, I can keep some of them with the set, keep some of them in my other player binders. Nice Robbie Alomar. Benito Santiago. David Cone. So again, I keep saying a ton of really good players in here. Another Puerto Rican there, Jose Valentin. Rafael Palmeiro. David Justice, another great player. So really can't believe I got all these lots as cheap as I got them. Tom Glavine. Larry Walker. So again, multiple time All-Stars here, some Hall of Famers. There's a Hall of Famer, Jim Thome. Charles Johnson, he was a really solid catcher. Kind of underrated. A young Derek Lee, he was a big-time prospect with the Padres. Finally found his way with the Cubs a few years later. But yeah, let me just show a few more of these, because there was also some of the Wave of the Future inserts from this set that were also included with the lot. Brett Boone. Pat Hentgen, former Cy Young. Although I still say they robbed Andy Pettitte of the Cy Young that year. Andy won like 21 games and didn't win the Cy Young. Here's the lesser known Guerrero brother, Wilton Guerrero, brother of Vladimir. But he was a big prospect too, just didn't amount to much. So again, let me just cycle through a few of these. Danny Tartable as a Philly. Don't even remember him as a Philly. Nice John Smoltz. Again, I keep saying it, but just love this lot here. I could look through these cards all day long. Can't wait to see how many I have from the set in total. Dante Bichette. Doc Gooden as a Yankee. Scott Brocious before he became a Yankee. He had a terrible year that year in '97. That's how the Yankees were able to get him so easily. Nice Jorge Posada. I already have this one, but I always thought that's one of his best looking cards. There you got Bones, or Bone. One of those was his nickname. Jay Buhner. Here, let's end these on one more Yankee. Paul O'Neill. So let's take a look at some of the Wave of the Future inserts. So this Wave of the Future insert set was for like the top prospects of the time. So you got Richie Sexson. He was a big power hitter for a while with Cleveland there. Ended up going to Milwaukee. I think most of the guys from this set didn't really make it. Got a bunch of guys here I don't know, like Wady Almonte. I wonder how many cards from the set are in here. It's a 25 card set. Pat Klein from the Cubs, another guy I don't really remember. Got some doubles in here too. Randall Simon, I remember him. I remember he got in trouble for hitting a mascot over the head with a bat. But he was also a pretty good hitter for a while. Jeff Abbott. I think he was like a utility guy. I know David Ortiz has a card in this set, but I doubt it's in here. Justin Towell. Another guy I know nothing about from the Reds. He did include the Jorge Posada in here, so that's cool. I have a bunch of those. Carter's kids sent me a bunch of those a while back. Love the look of that Posada. Bubba Trammell, he was a solid prospect, but didn't really do much. I remember he played like one season with the Mets once. Let's see who else is in here. Got Fernando Tatis Sr. That's pretty cool. Liked watching him when he was with St. Louis. Todd Walker, I think he had a couple decent years. Minnesota, Boston. Scott Spezio. He was on the Angels 02 championship team. I think he also might have been on one of the Cardinals championship teams. And here's Bob Lewis's favorite Pirate ever, Emil Brown. And here's Bob's second favorite Pirate ever, Jose Guillen. So again, like I said, not the biggest names in here, but still a cool set. Hopefully I'm close to completing it. Eli Marrero, I remember him. And here, let's end on this one, the Ruben Rivera. Big time Yankee prospect, 5-tool prospect, but he actually was a tool, so didn't really amount to much. But yeah, very fun lot, at least for me. Hope some of you guys enjoyed watching it as well. I'm going to make some other videos for some of the other lots I got from the seller. Got, like I said, some Flair Showcase football. Got the EX 2001 baseball. So talk to you guys later.